State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Hi, and welcome to episode 17 of State Champs Live, presented by Lawrence Tech. Students can register now for summer semester classes that begin Tuesday, May 26 at Lawrence Tech, including fast-track certificate programs in rapidly growing career fields. In keeping with social distancing guidelines, all classes will be offered online in the 2020 summer semester, which ends Friday, July 31st. Students can accelerate their academic progress toward a career goal or explore areas of new interest. And if they're enrolled elsewhere, they can consider classes that may transfer to their home campuses. Find out more at ltu.edu. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. My name is Lauren Plants, and I will be introducing our guest in moments. But first, let's take a look at the headlines for Thursday, April 23rd. Pierre Brooks makes his college choice. We said this on the show. We actually interrupted the show because we had a Michigan State guy on. But Detroit Douglas Jr. Pierre Brooks made his college choice on Wednesday, picking Michigan State from among 16 offers. The 6'6", four-star shooting guard averaged 23.7 rebounds, almost 5 assists, earning a D2 All-State honors from the AP. He was also one of 13 players honored by BCAM on their Best of the Best team and is a finalist for the boys' basketball spot on our State Champs All-Junior team. Hall of Famers have been announced. The Detroit Catholic League has selected its Hall of Fame induction class for 2020. The 9 athletes going into the Hall: Detroit Loyola's DeMarco Dickerson, Detroit Catholic Central's Christopher Okoye, Warren De La Salle's Mike Dana and Brandon Pawinski, Livonia Ladywood's Connor Huggins, Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard's Matthew Johnson, Macomb Lutheran North's Gina Patterson, Dearborn Divine Child's Riley Blair, and U of D Jesuits' Cassius Winston. Okay, a Michigan duo has earned All-American honors. Zach Malinowski of Richmond and Morgan Ware of Midland were both named honorable mentions on the Bassmaster 2020 High School All-American team. Nominated by a parent or coach and carrying a GPA of 2.5 or higher, the 49 student athletes honored nationwide were selected for their success in bass fishing tournament competition, as well as academic achievement and leadership in conservation efforts. That is today's headlines. Here is today's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. Who do you think the Lions are going to draft in the first round tonight? Jeff Okudah, Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons, or someone else? Find State Champs Michigan on Twitter and vote. We'll read the results tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Dearborn Divine Child was mentioned during the headlines, and our guest today on Live happens to be a proud alum. She also attended Lawrence Tech, something a little different on Live, as we discuss the sport of bodybuilding. Joining me is Alexandra Height. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's great having you. And first off, I know that you're still involved with Lawrence Tech because that's your day job, right?
Correct. Yes, I am one of the graduation and scheduling coordinators for campus. So we manage all of the scheduling of classes and any private events, as well as everything that surrounds graduation and commencement.
Which, of course, right now is kind of up in the air. So, but once our team sports, So once our team sports days are done, in which high school is the end for the majority of people, there are those who still need to find a way to still compete at something. Tell us how you were introduced to bodybuilding.
So I played sports all through grade school, all through high school. And then when I went to Lawrence Tech, there weren't a lot of sports to necessarily get involved in at that time. And so I started working out, lifting gradually. I really got into it and kept researching as much as I could. I got some good coaches and just kept evolving. In 2017, I decided to do my first show. And that year, I also won my pro card. And I've been competing competitively ever since in the all-natural figure division.
Now, did you jump right in terms of your seriousness, or was it a gradual process?
It was more gradual, I think, in terms of me just learning to work out, because it's a never-ending, continuous education process. You're never ever going to know everything. But once I started competing, it was really fast because I wanted to win everything. I just wanted to grow and get as big as I could and beat everyone on stage, and that's kind of where I'm at now. So.
Yeah, it's completely addictive. I can only imagine. And I would also imagine there are several shows that take place throughout the year, and you choose the ones that you want to compete in.
Yep, correct. There are a ton of different divisions, ranging from the big ones like the All Natural or the Olympia that's in Vegas every year that most people know about. But I choose to do some of the more all natural shows. So everything has to be WADA compliant, which is what like an Olympic athlete would have to follow. So I usually stick with there's a company called Natty Revolution, and they host some bigger all natural shows all over the country. And those are the really good ones that I try to get into.
So we're getting a chance to see you working out a little bit on video. Talk about what it takes to prepare for a single show. It has to be an amazing, difficult journey.
Yes, because you not only you can't just start like right now. If you're not really into working out or anything, you can just start and do a show. You could, but you really wouldn't be getting the most out of it. The last time I competed was 2018. I took a year and a half off to essentially bulk up. So I've put on probably 30 pounds then, a lot of muscle, not all of it muscle. And now I'm going to be taking a long 6 months of what we call prep, which is when I start cutting my food, I start upping my conditioning. My workouts change from high weights to more high volume. And I'll be doing that until my first show, which is September 12th this year.
Okay. Now, if you have any comments or questions for Alexandra, now's the time to ask them on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. I will get to them shortly. Can you tell us what the judging process is like? You're at a show. How are you judged? And also, please share some of the titles that you've earned during your career.
Yeah, the judging process depends on the division that you're in. So for me, I'm a figure competitor, and what they look for is broad shoulders, wide back, big quads, a lot of symmetry. You want to be strong but still feminine, as opposed to like a woman bodybuilder, which is its own category, which is more just mass all over. And so you have quarter turns, which are your mandatory presentation poses that you have to do in front of the judges, with all the other members of who are competing against you. So you stand on stage for as long as they want to keep you up there, and you pose and turn and pose and turn, which is just intense flexing for, again, as long as they want to keep you up on stage. It's exhausting.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, in 2018, which was one of my last shows that I competed in, I won the Michigan All-State Natural Bodybuilding Figure competition. So that was the last title. I placed. My trophy is actually behind me. I didn't mean for that to be there, but it's on the wall.
That's okay. My adult hockey league team trophy's behind me. So, and I did mean to have it there. So I'm proud of that. All right. So before we get to the comments and or questions, let's mix in a little softball from this is girls lacrosse from several years ago on today's edition of This Week in State Champs History. Let's check out some girls lacrosse from 9 years ago. It was the Battle of Birmingham, Marion taking on Birmingham United, and it had been quite some time since the Mustangs were able to beat their rivals. This game was knotted up at 5 at intermission. It was still back and forth in the second half. We go late in the game, Marion leading 9-8. United, one final chance to even it up, but Mustangs netminder Kelsey Summers coming through. Marion beat Birmingham United for the first time in 4 years. This Week in State Champs History is presented by Lawrence Tech Athletics. Recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. We are back live with professional bodybuilder Alexandra Height. Now, is there a type of person who is best suited to pursue these kind of endeavors?
Definitely. You have to have a high pain threshold for sure. And you have to be willing to sacrifice a lot right now for what you want long term. I give up a lot for very long periods of time. 6 months right now, I won't go out to eat with friends. I won't have drinks. I won't go to parties. I try to limit what I do because balance, while is nice in the off season, during the season doesn't lead for a high competitor. If you want to win, you really have to bring everything you can. So it takes a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of people aren't necessarily willing to do that. It's not easy, and it's not for everyone.
Right. But obviously very rewarding for you.
Oh, so rewarding. It's so much fun. If you can get into it and if you can stick with it, and the group of people that you end up surrounding yourself with are just positive, motivating individuals that are just constantly patting you on the back and encouraging you. And it's an awesome sport. I'm so happy I found it.
State Champs is one of your sponsors. We're proud to do that. And you need sponsors to help you in a variety of ways, I could imagine.
Yes. Like I said, it's a long process. So I'll be doing hopefully 3 shows this year, including the All Natural Olympia in Vegas if I qualify. But every show includes, you have to get makeup, you have to get a tan, you have to pay for hotel, you have to pay for travel, all the food and supplements that go into it, let alone all the suit designs. The bikinis and things that we wear on stage are not cheap. They're custom made to you. So, and you got to find a good person to make one. I mean, every day is not just a mental and physical struggle, but a financial struggle as well.
All right, let's get to the live questions and comments for Alexandra Height. And Linda has this question. She says, how did you learn how and what to eat?
Through trial and error mostly, but I got hooked up with a coach early on, and they kind of gear everything towards what you're trying to do. So you have to learn your body. There are some competitors that can have really high fats in their foods, some that can only have really high carbs, others can't. So you really just have to figure out, but it's definitely a combination of certain macros that you have to follow, which are your protein, carbs, and fats.
What's the biggest misconception that people have about bodybuilding?
I think the biggest misconception, that's a really good question, is just that we're, like a lot of people won't necessarily come talk to me, or they think I'm aggressive or mean or angry because I try to put on that front while I'm at the gym. When really we're super nice people. We're going to motivate you and try to help you how any way we can. And we're never, ever judging people. I feel like that might be the big one. I'm not watching you. I'm worried about myself.
Right, exactly. You're approachable, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Most all right. So, yeah. All right. So thank you, Alexandra, for coming on the show today. If someone wants to follow your progress, maybe even be a sponsor, what's the best way to follow you?
The best way to follow me is on Instagram. It's at Alexandra Height, my full name. And I'm in a green bikini flexing in my profile picture, so you can't miss it.
Yep, it's a public profile. Please enjoy it. And again, if you're someone or a company who is interested in becoming a sponsor in this really unique sport of bodybuilding, she could use your support. She's representing Michigan out there all over the country. So once again, Alexandra Height, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too. Thank you very much. Time now for the MHSAA Clip of the Day.
Yes! 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 Woo! Let's go! Let's go!
And that's your MHSAA Clip of the Day.
And that is an example of not social distancing. However, I would have been fired up if I could actually make a shot like that for sure. You too can have your clip be the clip of the day. Direct message us on Twitter, email the link, or send the link on Facebook or YouTube. I promise we'll check it out. We are committed to helping you become the best athlete you can be. Our partnership with the Detroit Medical Center, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan allows us to bring these kinds of tips to you directly from the pros. Here's an example.
So to become a faster athlete, train your feet. You're already training your legs and your core muscles. It only makes sense to train your feet because that's what's on the ground when you're running and jumping. Do these exercises every day and you will become a faster athlete.
You know, Laura Ramos tells us exactly what you need to do as far as exercises for your feet. And these are definitely something you can do right here at home. And it will make you better, maybe even faster. The full 2-minute segments uploaded weekly on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Let's get to the result of yesterday's Hungry Howie's Twitter question of the day. How much of your day is spent in pajamas? All day, every day? Yep, we figured that was going to be the most popular response. All right. Tomorrow on State Champs Live, we are going to do something special here. It's actually something unique that is going to be taking place within a conference, and it's kind of a way that you can still have sports. So we're working out the details right now, but it's going to be something that's very interesting. It involves the game of horse. It involves schools, athletics, the whole deal. Join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. We'll give you all the details. Maybe this will catch on with other conferences. If you know a guest or a topic we should talk to or about here on live, please email our show coordinator, Amanda. Her email address is amanda@yellowflagproductions.com. We end the show now every day with this video. It's our message to you about how we care about you and also how we'll see you soon.
Right now, we are all longing for the roar of a crowd, the excitement of a stadium filled with cheering fans, and the ecstasy of celebrating a hard-fought victory. Right now, we're all on the same team, and we must do our part to make sure as many students, athletes, coaches, teachers, parents, and loved ones are there when we have the luxury to resume our rivalries and start rooting for our teams once again. Stay home and stay safe.
State Champs Live is presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. And the Detroit Medical Center. Do you have a sports injury or are just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers.